National Days of the Week. Starting with tomorrow, it's National Pops Day. My father's birthday, a man of non-Irish descent, was born on March the 17th. And I believe in celebrating life. And, so I celebrate his birthday every year, even though he's no longer with us. The last birthday where I was able to talk to him was the best conversation that we ever had, and it's never far from my heart. So when you're thinking about your parents, give them a call, chat them up a little bit. You don't have to wait for their birthday, but if you do, you can. But try to be nice and positive. It's not National Pops Day, but it is for me. It's actually National CB and CB. What is my abbreviation for CB and CB? Oh, corned beef and cabbage. I should have just done CB square. That'd be funny as a former CB. The corned beef and cabbage day is St. Patrick's Day. And in preparation for corned beef and cabbage day, the love of my life is currently beefing of the corn and the cabbage. It is smelling up the joint, looking forward to tomorrow, leftovers on St. Patrick's Day, National Pops Day, National Corned Beef and Cabbage Day. That's the 17th of March. On the 18th of March, look at my notes and then look back over here. On the 18th of March, it's National Forgive Mom and Dad Day. Now, I didn't know Forgive Mom and Dad Day existed, but apparently it does. And there's no better time to forgive your mom and dad than on National Forgive Mom and Dad Day. Well, I'm going to forgive you, Dad, for all of the things. And Mom, you are also forgiven. No Hail Marys required. You are both forgiven. I have given you the A word that I can't think of right now, but you're good. You're good to go. Now, as a dad, if anybody out there wants to throw some forgiveness my way, I'm not going to say no, okay? I'll take forgiveness. What's the A word? When the priest gives you the thing and then he absolves you. That does start with an A, right? He absolves you of all your sin, no matter how you spell it. That is the 18th National Forgive Mom and Dad Day. On the 19th, speaking of forgiving dads, it is St. Joseph Day. You know Joe. He works in a button factory. If you have kids, maybe you remember. Hi, my name is Joe. I work in a button factory. One day my boss said, "Hey, Joe, push the button." And I did. The adopted father of Jesus, the husband of Mary, the carpenter of carpenters, St. Joseph Day. So, when you're talking about a strong father figure, that guy takes the cake. And that's why the Feast of St. Joseph's is on the 19th of March. Yeah, he's a patron saint of immigrants and patron saint of fathers. And one you didn't know, he's also the patron saint of happy death. Because there's no death like a happy death. Thank you, Joe. And remember, if you have a friend named Joe, they get to buy you drinks on their name day. Those are the rules. On the 20th of March, it's National Kiss Your Fiance Day. Your kids have never heard the Hey Joe song? Well, it's not too late to teach them, Dad. I forgive you. So what are we talking about? The 20th. The 20th of March is National Kiss Your Fiance Day. I don't think there needs to be a day for that. at that stage in the relationship, you're still kissing pretty often. You got the dating phase, and then the fiance phase, and then the married phase, and then the married a long time phase. Now, married a long time phase probably needs a day reminding you, maybe you should kiss your spouse today, because it's been a long time. Or it's these fake kisses where the lips don't even touch anymore, and there's no tongue involved ever. There's no tongue involved. It's just kiss me on the cheek. Oh, aren't we a loving couple? Because we've been married forever. Yeah, you don't need a national fiance kiss your fiance day. You need you need a national kiss the person that you live with and have been married to a long time day. That's the day you actually need. That is the 20th of March. On the 21st of March, it's National Common Courtesy Day. How much like common sense, if courtesy was common, they'd just call it courtesy instead of common courtesy. The bottom line is, you should be courteous all the time. You should stand up when a woman enters the room. You should offer your seat to the infirmed and women and infirmed. It's think about common courtesies. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Please. Thank you. This should be an everyday thing. Every day. There should never be a day necessary to remind you of a common courtesies. Just be courteous. Be polite. Don't, do that all the time, every day. Don't need a stupid day for that. That probably wasn't very courteous. Yes, a reach around. Hilarious, Mr. Tania. Hilarious. The 22nd of March is National Talk Like Bill Shatner Day. William Shatner, famous overactor. He's been in everything, but his cadence, very, very normal, very abnormal. There's very few actors that you recognize by their voice alone. So let's go through the list of actors whose voices you know by voice alone. Okay? Morgan Freeman, of course. We all know what Morgan Freeman sounds like. If I said something and said, hear this in Morgan Freeman's voice, Andy Dufresne was a dumb. Not doing that. Morgan Freeman, that's a given. Christopher Walken, that's a given. And William Shatner. 3 actors who just by their voice, you know who they are. So the 22nd of March, National Talk Like William Shatner Day. Chris Rock is something in the Talks of the Ticks, the voice of God. We agree that is Morgan Freeman is definitely the voice of God. Oh, James Earl Jones. That was no longer with us, but that was a fantastic voice. I'm getting a Chris Rock. Man, you haven't. Yeah, I guess. No, I don't think so. I don't necessarily agree with the Chris Rock feedback. That is the 22nd of March. It's National Talk Like William Shatner Day. Finally, it's the 20th. Oh, John Wayne. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I kicked the thing again. So I spent the time and effort to get a stand that only... Sorry, you're just going to have to suffer up there, and I've got to focus on the people who are here. And finally, on the 23rd of March, it's National Tamale Day. Dias es tamales. Tamales. Yeah, all right, so if you don't understand the Jim Gaffigan definition of what Mexican food is, tamales are Mexican food. That is, it's cornmeal, and there's beef, or there's chicken, and there's sauce, And the most important thing you need to know about tamales, two things. If you have a can of tamales that has been sitting in your cupboard for decades, they are not safe to eat. Do not eat them. I did make that mistake once upon a time. There was a can of tamales, and I was hungry, so I ate the tamales because I was hungry, and I paid the price. Do not eat old tamales in a can. And the second thing you need to know about tamales is the outer shell is not edible. I I seem to forget that every time. I don't now that I am tamales aware, aware of the tamales. I don't order tamales anymore because I have always tried to eat the the packaging that they came in, whether it was corn husk or banana leaves. I always tried to eat the tamales, and I do not recommend that. And number one, you're not supposed to eat it. Number two, it is a rough on the belly. Well, that has been your national Dayz of the week.